If video editing has ever stopped you from posting, this episode is for you. Hey, everybody, Katie Lance here. Welcome back to the Katie Lance podcast. And I just wrapped up another live Coffee with Katie training all about simple video editing for busy real estate agents. And honestly, the feedback was so good. So many agents have said things like, this finally feels doable. And I've been overcomplicating this process for way too long. So I thought I would jump in and share a few quick takeaways and give you a little sneak peek into what we covered. As always, this is just a sneak peek into our Coffee with Katie. Coffee with Katie is a in-depth class we host just about every Monday. If you're part of our Academy family, it is included in your membership. And if you aren't yet, you can go to katielance.com/academy, get signed up, and you get access to all of our weekly classes, our monthly master classes, our Canva templates, our calendars, and so much more. I will also put a link to this class that you can purchase separately, a la carte, because it is a video editing class, which means you're listening to an audio podcast, and I think I do a pretty good job of describing things, but there's nothing like actually seeing what I'm talking about. And this was an in-depth 90-minute class where I literally am walking you through on my phone. I'm talking about Instagram and CapCut and Descript and Canva and all these awesome tools. So it's something you're definitely going to want to see. I'll put the link in the show notes below so you can check that out. But again, I want to give you kind of a sneak peek. We've been doing this on the podcast, and the feedback has been really fun. So if you just happen upon this, enjoy. I know you're going to get some tips. And if you're listening to this to get a sense of what the class is all about, we're happy to have you here too. So grab your favorite beverage, cup of coffee, cup of tea, water, glass of wine, whatever it is, depending on the time of day, and let's dig in. Okay, so let me first talk a little bit about the problem. It's a big problem. And the problem is that most real estate agents, are not struggling with what to say in video anymore. They are often struggling with the editing. And I see this all the time. I see this a lot when I'm speaking at events. I'll have people come up to me and they've got their phone and they're like fumbling and they're not sure what buttons to push. And it's frustrating because I have been there, done that. It is super frustrating. It feels time consuming. It feels too technical. It feels too overwhelming. And so then what happens is then we don't post at all. Or then we spend way too much time trying to make one video like absolutely perfect. And you're like, this took 2 hours. This is ridiculous. So in the class that I just finished, we did a deep dive and we talked about how video editing doesn't have to be complicated. You don't need fancy tools. You just need a simple workflow. And I would also add, you do not need to become a professional video editor. Now, don't get me wrong. Professional video editors are worth their weight in gold. We have worked with some amazing folks over the years, and what I'm teaching does not replace working with a professional. But I will say it really does make a difference when you understand some of the basics. In fact, I'm just thinking about the class I just taught, and there was a few people in there who were in the chat saying that they have videographers or video editors they work with, but they want to know the basics because they also want to know what they should ask, how they could be filming better. And once you understand the video editing process, your videos are going to be faster to film, easier to film. Like, if you do end up hiring, you're going to know what to look for. It's a win-win all the way around. So I want to talk a little bit about having a simple workflow, because one of the biggest things we talked about in this class was a really simple 5-step process. Okay. This is a process any of you can adapt. So number one, film your video. I film all my videos on my phone. I have a new iPhone. I film it in my phone. That way I can take it and I can put it on multiple platforms. You know, I always say social media is rented ground. We don't own it. So you don't want your videos just living in TikTok or Instagram or wherever. So film your video on your phone. Then you can take your video right on your phone and you can trim out the beginning and the end. Really easy to do. If you've never done this before, record a video, and you know that kind of awkward second or two or you're looking at the camera and you're about to start talking. And this happens with a lot of us. A lot of people call it like the millennial pause. Okay, now I'm a Gen Xer, but we hear this a lot where there's like that awkward 1 or 2 second pause in the beginning before you start talking. And you can just cut that out. You just open up your video, you hit the edit video button, and you'll see a little slider along the bottom, and you just trim out that little beginning at the end and or second at the beginning and second at the end. From there, you upload that to your preferred platform. I like to do this right within Instagram because I love that Instagram's connected to Facebook. I will upload it. I add captions because most of us are not turning the sound on. We want to have captions, make your content accessible. So number 3, add captions. Number 4, add a quick hook or title. Put some sort of title on your videos. I like to have it right above my head. Sometimes it's in the middle of the video, but I gave this example in class. I said, imagine walking in a bookstore and there were no titles on the books or no covers on the book. How hard would it be to figure out what the heck you want to buy? And it's the same thing. If I go to your page and there's no titles on any of your videos, I don't really know what it is that you do. I don't really know what market area you serve. So putting that text on the beginning of your video makes a big difference. And you can have that text live on the video the whole time, or you can actually adjust it to just have on the first few seconds, which is usually what I do. I just usually have it on the first like 5 or 10 seconds. So you film your video, you trim off those awkward pauses in the beginning and the end, you upload it, you add captions, you add a hook or title to the screen, and then you export it, you save it back to your phone, and then you post it or you schedule it, or you save it as a draft. You can save it as a draft as well. And that's it. I think a lot of times we think we need to add transitions and effects and music. And yes, you can add that, but the more you do that, the more complicated it's going to be. Simple videos are what's really performing the best right now. So the next part I want to talk about is the 3 cuts. Okay, this was one of my favorite tips I shared in class. The 3 cuts that anybody can make to any video that are going to improve your videos. If you do nothing else, just do this. You want to cut the awkward beginning, the awkward ending, and any long pauses or filler. So the beginning and the ending is really easy to edit. Again, open up your video on your phone, hit that edit video button, and you'll see there's a little kind of slider at the bottom, and you can just sort of push that slider in to fix the awkward beginning, and same thing with the awkward ending. The stuff in the middle is where it's a little bit trickier. And one of the tips I showed inside class was taking the video, you can upload it to Instagram, and there's a little button that says edit. It looks like a pair of scissors. You click the scissors, and then there's a button that says split. When you hit split, it's going to basically allow you to split out a clip that you want to delete. So in class, I had about a 55-second video. I uploaded it, and as I was showing the video, there was a part in there where I kind of fumbled, and I was like, oh shoot, I messed up. I looked down at my notes, and this is something that happens all the time, right? It's really hard to memorize a whole video, and we mess up. So how do we fix that? Instead of like stopping on, oh, let me start over, I just uploaded it, and then I hit the little scissors button that says edit. I hit split, and you with the split button, you're basically splitting out a clip that you can remove from your video. And at the very end of this class, when I was like, hey, what are everyone's takeaways? I'm telling you, like 90% of people were like, just learning how to do the split. That was huge. Because when you learn how to split out little clips, again, it just makes it so much easier, and you can tighten up your video, right? A 9-second video to 7 seconds doesn't seem like a whole lot, but it really does make a difference. Taking a 2-minute video and splitting out all those little pauses into maybe a 90-second video, it really does make a big difference. So that alone is going to make your video feel more polished, and it just immediately it's going to feel better. Okay. Another big aha moment for a lot of people was this idea of filming smarter, not harder. Again, editing gets easier when you film smarter. So a few things I shared, I'm going to give you 3 quick tips. Pause between your sentences. So if let's say you've got, maybe you're going to do a video with 3 tips on how to get your home ready for the market, or the biggest mistake every first-time home buyer makes. You might say a sentence or 2, and then if you don't have the whole thing memorized, just pause, look down at your notes, look back up, and then keep talking. And then you can always split out that part where you're pausing or looking down at your notes. So pause between your sentences. That's number 1. Number 2, don't start over every time you mess up. And number 3, leave a little space at the beginning and at the end. I like to kind of trim it right to where I'm about to start talking. When you're kind of messy with your filming, it's harder to edit. So again, the more you do it, the easier it gets. Another thing is think about how you can have one video and turn it into multiple posts. And we've talked a lot about this on the podcast. I talk a lot about this in the academy. If you're really busy, you don't need to necessarily create more content. You just need to use it better. So remember, one video could be a full reel. It could be turned into a shorter clip. It could be turned into a quote or takeaway. And now suddenly you're consistent without doing more work. And we talked about this over the last couple of weeks. Like, for example, let's say you go to a listing and you take out your phone and you record a bunch of short clips. You record 2 seconds at the front door and 2 seconds of the kitchen and 2 seconds of the backyard. And you have all these little clips. There's a lot you could do with those clips. You could take those 5 or 7 clips, upload them into Instagram, just add some music, add some text on the screen. This is kind of a B-roll video. That's one piece of content. The second type of video is those same clips, but you could hit the voiceover button, and now you do a voiceover narration of, hey, welcome to 123 Main Street. When you walk through the front door and you see this beautiful, entryway, That's video number 2. And then video number 3 is maybe taking those same clips and then using those for something other than your listing. So you use those same clips and you turn that into, hey, if you're looking to buy or sell a home in this particular market, in this particular neighborhood, let me share with you one quick tip. Again, reusing, repurposing, again, being consistent without doing more work. The last few things we talked about was tools and simplicity. I talked a lot about CapCut and Descript. There's also some really cool new tools that I'm loving. One of them, and let me pull this up really quick while I'm talking to you. One of them I just downloaded about a week or two ago. It's called Dual Shot Recorder. DUAL, Dual Shot Recorder. Now, as of the recording of this podcast, this is only available in iPhone, but I believe it is coming out to Android. You guys, I've never downloaded a video or downloaded an app so fast. Now, this app, when I downloaded it, I think it was $9.99. It was like a one-time fee. That fee might have gone up. But what this app lets you do is it lets you record horizontal and vertical at the exact same time. So those of you who are a little bit more advanced, I know there's some of you who record for YouTube and also other platforms. If you ever wanted to film both horizontal and vertical, this is the app to do it. It is absolutely fantastic. I actually just recorded a video this morning using that app and it was awesome. Okay, so Dual Shot Recorder, that is one of my favorite new apps. I also talk about in this class Descript. Descript is something I love. I use Descript all the time to edit my YouTube videos. I use it to edit my podcast. What is beautiful about Descript is that you can edit your content like a document. You upload your content and then you can delete the words and it's deleting it from your content. So I do a lot of video editing right within Instagram, especially for those quick edits. I do a lot of stuff right within CapCut, but Descript is great, especially if you have a lot of clips and there's a lot of talking. I had an example I talked about in class where you had a great testimonial video, but I had 4 clips of a testimonial video and there was these parts where she was like laughing and kind of figuring out what she wanted to say. So there's a lot of like ums and ahs and just a lot of sentences I wanted to take out. Descript made it super easy to just tighten it up and clean it up. So you don't need expensive software is what I'm trying to say. So again, if video editing is the thing that is holding you back, I promise this does not need to be complicated. The full training where I go deep into this is about 90 minutes. And not only do you get the training for video editing, you're also getting my slides, which has the whole step-by-step, as well as ideas specifically for realtors. And I actually announced in class that I'm giving as a bonus my CapCut training also. So I have a 1-hour in-depth CapCut training, which retails for $49. So if you purchase this class, this video editing class, the video editing class is only $49. You're going to get the full 90-minute class, plus the slides, plus my CapCut class, which is also retails for $49. So it's a heck of a deal. If you missed it, you can still access that. And what's nice about buying the replay or purchasing the replay is you can pause it, you can rewind, you can speed it up. Again, if you're part of the academy though, this is all included. So if you want more than just one-off training and you're really looking for a community and ongoing training, go to katielance.com/academy and you can check that out as well. I will put all those links below. Okay, if this episode was helpful, please, please, please let me know. One of the best things you can do is leave us a 5-star review or share this out. I love when you guys take a screenshot of this and share it out in your socials, tag me. I would absolutely love to hear your thoughts. And I would also love to know what part of video editing you are struggling with the most. I'm going to be doing some Reels and TikToks talking more about video editing. And if there's a certain pain point, I would love to address that. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening today to the Katie Lance podcast. Remember, as I always say, done is better than perfect, especially when it comes to video. All right, we'll talk to you soon, my friends. Have a great day. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.